Hi, I'm Sascha Segan from PC Magazine with the Samsung Instinct for Sprint. Now, I'm often asked to compare phones to the iPhone, and a lot of those phones don't want to be compared to the iPhone, but not the Instinct. The Instinct embraces the iPhone comparison. On its website, its advertising specifically compares it to the iPhone, so that's what I'm going to do. The Samsung Instinct is as close as Sprint users can get to an iPhone. It looks a lot like an iPhone. It's a black slab, kind of rectangular, 2-megapixel camera on the back, just like the iPhone, big touchscreen like the iPhone. It has a couple of more buttons than the iPhone does, though. Along with the home button, which the iPhone has, the Instinct also has a back button and a phone button, so you can kick it into phone dialing mode whenever you want. Right up on the screen right now is the virtual keypad. Notice that the Instinct's phone keypad has a big talk button at the top, so it's really clear what you press when you want to dial. Now, a couple of other things on the outside of the Instinct show features that people have wanted from the iPhone but haven't been able to get. For instance, right over here, there's a micro SD memory card slot that takes up to 8 gigabyte memory cards. The iPhone doesn't take memory cards. This button activates voice dialing, another feature the iPhone doesn't have. There's the volume button over here, headphone jack on the top. Now, some other things the Instinct does that the iPhone doesn't are, for instance, video recording. That's been a much requested feature on the iPhone. MMS, or picture messaging. iPhone doesn't do it. Or instant messaging. You can download programs for Sprint, but the iPhone doesn't quite do IM yet. Let's see how it works. When you turn on your Instinct, you can hit the home button, and the phone vibrates slightly when you press a touch button. That's nice. It tells you you've pressed the button. The Instinct has several main home screens with large icons of things to do. The features will be very familiar for anyone who is used to the iPhone. For instance, there's visual voicemail. There's a music player. It syncs with Windows Media Player, not iTunes. There's also a web browser. And that's one of my biggest concerns and problems with the Instinct. It's not a very good web browser. It browses the web in full frame, and it browses real websites, but it seems to do so slowly and somewhat clunkily. It's not as easy to use as the iPhone's web browser. The Instinct's touchscreen also, while nice, is not a multi-touch screen like the iPhone. It's a little less responsive, and you can't use some of the gestures, like pinching and twisting, that you can on the iPhone. Just like the iPhone 3G, the Instinct has 3G on Sprint's EVDO network, which is pretty fast, though you can't really tell given the not-so-good web browser, and GPS using Sprint's own Sprint navigation program. It's also a pretty darn good voice phone. Calls sound loud, and while the speakerphone could be better, it's pretty nice to talk on. All in all, the Samsung Instinct for Sprint is a decent iPhone competitor. No, the Instinct isn't an iPhone. The web browser isn't as good. It isn't quite as easy or fun to use. But if you're a Sprint user who doesn't want to leave Sprint, but you want a neat touchscreen phone with a lot of media capabilities, the Instinct is a good choice. It'll retail for $199 with contract. This is Sascha Segan from PC Magazine.